All right, let's try to remember what the hell we were doing. Going to Dargonos. Talk to the Master of Seals. Dargonos. Just a star system. We're not going to do these contracts yet. Because I want to upgrade the planets and we're gonna need that stuff to upgrade the planets. So we need 2 adamantium. Or weapons for this. Yo. Log us in. Do we get this? Yeah. Yeah, she's at 85. Why is your awareness so low? We don't know. to the Von Valencia's palace. I think we're going to take Henrix with us so he can make that introduction. Although I kind of don't want to. I don't know if we're going to be getting into any combat. Yeah, we'll just take him. That's for a different stop on this planet. That's the Administratum. What are you all whispering about in the fucking back there? Emperor protects us. The Emperor protects. Jesus Christ, I can't read already. Welcome home, your lordship. The stately woman in the long full dress uniform makes a gracious curtsy. Her short graying hair does not obscure. I am Clementia Bessarian, court chancellor of the Von Valencius dynasty. On behalf of all Dargonis, please accept my deepest condolences on the untimely passing of Theodora. Her departure is a terrible blow to us all. So one star expires, another flares to life, and all. Be right back. Ugh. But as one star shines, another always flares to life. And still overcome with bitterness and grief, your subjects hope that you will become the trade dynasty's guiding light in these trying times. Clementia. Abelard offers a reserved nod. She nods in return, and the lines of his brow soften ever so slightly. The young man quickly brings a respirator to his burnt face and bows his head courteously. His raven black hair veils his burns and skull implants, and his thin metal fingers creak quietly as he offers a welcome gesture. Achilles Scalander, Secretary to the Administratum Department. I hope your journey to Dargonis was not darkened by any unwanted. The Emperor protected us on our journey through the stars, and may he remain merciful to us till the end of time. Does your lordship wish to survey the grounds, or perhaps we sate your curiosity by answering any questions you might have? Governor Urban Drivestem has been notified of your arrival on Dargonis and will visit the palace shortly. The preparations for the official visit are well in hand, but your lordship still has plenty of time before the meeting. Hold on, Clementia. What was your last name? You heard correctly, your lordship. I am of House Versarian, Lord Abelard's granddaughter and direct descendant. The succession of service is an effective good. It grants new generations understanding of their function with the mechanism. Chancellor Versarian has held her position in the Von Valancia's court for many years. She earned Lord Captain Theodore's respect through acts of great perseverance. There's no room for doubt and blood. The Emperor blesses those who strengthen humanity's domain through their deeds. You have reason to be proud of your progeny. Why isn't the governor here with you to greet me? Apologies, your lordship. Governor Drivestem's residence is on the other side of the world by the administrative palace of Dargonis. We sent word as soon as you enter the system, but it takes time to travel the great distances of your domain. Chancellor Versarian appears unruffled, but you cannot shake the thought that the governor's lateness is a subtle political gesture designed to test the limits of what is accessible when it comes to interacting with a new rogue trader. I would like to rest before my meeting. Where am I? They're very close, just down the hall. That is where the study and audience chamber are. Lady Theodore's study has remained locked since her departure, but on account of your arrival, we've arranged for it to be tidied up. It's ready whenever you... I apologize for my bluntness, but I have a request to make. Perhaps before the meeting takes place, the illustrious Lord Captain could spare a minute for a conversation with me. I'm certain that you will find my report on the state of affairs in the Von Valancia's Protectorate most useful. Indubitably. Oh, I'm by myself. All right, let's go look at the grounds. Hey, Early, you found the one tree. Good job. Incense. Black lists the names of each rogue trader to have led the Von Valancia's dynasty dating back to the day the capital world was founded. Hey, where's my servo skull? Standing upon the altar in an ancient image of St. Macarius, his regal frame is covered in marks. Her relic was claimed in a battle on a remote, forgotten world. Pascal made that roll. Oh, cool. That tree.
Something of interest.
Okay. Yeah, and Cassia made the awareness check. So you still make rolls off your party, which is good because my rolls are. Welcome, your lordship. Let me inform you of the location of the chambers of your dynasty. Main throne room is up the stairs and straight ahead. Your subject, Achilles Scalander, informed me that he humbly awaits the opportunity to meet with you there. If your lordship wishes to rest after your long journey, then your personal chambers are up the. If you need anything, whatever your soul desires, I'll be right next to your chambers, eagerly awaiting your orders. You got your payback for handing the lower deck rabble guns. Oh yeah, what happened? These statues are actual GW tabletop pieces.
Halt! I noticed something.
See? See, Melta? War Child event. They attacked me in my bedroom. No party. One party member came in every turn. About 10 to 15 weak humans and a few diminettes. Pretty cute fight. Nice. Did Abelard show up first? I will, in fact, take the multi-melta. Ah, that's what I'm looking for, I think. Oh, this is from the cogitator thing I did. What the? Just shit strewn everywhere. Mysterious Xenos artifact rests in a stasis field. So I may get the same thing. But so I found this post on Reddit, and it was like, I know, yet another Abelard post, but this warp encounter really got to me. So I'm playing a noble officer. I'm holding an officer's chainsword just to look more intimidating, and a plasma pistol for added cool factor. Maybe once in a while I even manage to hit something. My own combat usefulness. When the warp transfer During warp transfer, I'm suddenly alone in my room, attacked by 3 Slaneshi demonettes and like 20 mind-controlled team members. First turn, I hide behind a pillar and somehow manage to parry 1 demonette. Second turn, I get some wounds and start making a whopping 1 attack. All this horde is closing down on me. What I imagine happened next. Indubitably, sir. My profound apologies for the My profound apologies for the unpunctuality. Pray permit me the honor of ameliorating this somewhat disorderly state. I graciously offer my services in a manner befitting your esteemed presence. I hear behind this horde and answer the only way possible. Abelard, unleash the tempest and rend and annihilate until naught remains. By the time Pascal came in 2 turns later, only some mopping up duty remained. Found that one on Reddit. I love the like Abelard love posts. Yes, this is one of Theodore's caches. Oh, game's paused. I don't know why the game was paused, but okay. Take some shit and some more shit and some more shit and some more shit. Oh shit. Oh, Pascal, I have new gloves for you. Plus 10 bonus attack use and increase the damage of plasma weapons by 3. When the wearer hits an ally with an area attack, the wearer gains +1 stack of zealot effect. When damage with their area attacks for each stack. Fuck. Some of these things are getting really fucking good. Shelves in the library are laden with dusty tomes. Your eyes linger on works of several Administratum adepts and the memoirs of some unfamiliar explorers of distant worlds. Mysterious item undoubtedly created by inhuman hands. Same. Same. An empty glass and 3 unopened bottles of wine sit on a finely crafted table made from dark marbled wood. Yeah. Sumptuous cowl sepulted in fine cloth appears garish, and the mellow light does not look comfortable. The rare books are enemy shells, but with lashes. I have no idea which ones I'm supposed to pick, so I cheated. There we go. I don't know where the indications for what to pick are supposed to be, but I don't remember seeing them. 1 second. Abby's barking at the door, like huffing at the door, and I know there's nothing there. Every now and then, like normally when she does that, it's like Amazon or something, but I don't have anything coming because all of the Christmas presents have shown up already, and I haven't ordered anything else. So, oh, my man Pascal. Yeah, your little 3 bonus tech gloves. We got you a fucking upgrade. Damage of plasma weapons by 3 and 10 bonus attack use. Bam. Oh yeah, Jay, you're gonna get this. Once per turn, when the wearer scores a critical hit with a pistol, the next attack costs 0 AP. We may just give you the persuasion ring to put it on somebody. Recoil gloves. What do you have? You can't wear them. You suck. You've got psi rating gloves. You've got all attacks of opportunity deal bonus agility because you're a dodge fighter. I need to give you a better pistol. For now. Yeah, the auto pistol can just go to cargo. 8 to 16. Don't I have a fancy one of those? Yep. 10 to 14, 3, 4, 8. All right. Strength is 45. Okay. What's a backpack?
Alas, no.
Already have gloves. Okay. I really should just put this on mine and sacrifice the armor. It's 25 armor. It's 39 armor. That's a lot. Okay. You can't wear any of this shit. She's got 100% dodge already. So I think I'm just going to leave her with that. You're full up. Lower warp and bonus awareness. We'll just give you the ring. No, we're not giving you the ring. What do you have? Less than 50% wounds. Yeah, we're going to leave that there. Whenever. Okay. Slender figure clad in robes from expensive fabric shudders from violently coughing, pressing a gilded respirator to his face. The man takes several deep breaths. Achilles, it's been many moons. I hope your cousin is feeling well. She is in good health. She sends her regards to you, as well as her wishes for your swift return. For as long as the stars shine in the sky, my vigil continues. So it does. Say nothing. My apologies, Alexander. Given the break in communications between systems in the Expanse, it's been difficult to maintain contact with my agents. Receiving their support and assessing the situation is my primary responsibility. Allow me to introduce Achilles Scalander properly. In addition to his duties as Secretary of the Administratum, he acts as the agent of the Golden Throne under my aegis. Master Scalander was transferred into my remit by a colleague who engaged in other matters in the Coronis Expanse. I'm sure you will find Achilles' services useful, especially when dealing with the schemes of humanity's foes. Greetings, Lord Alexander von Valancius. Allow me to once again express my deepest condolences on the loss of Lady Theodora. I will do everything I can to track down and destroy Kunrad Vodfir's accomplices in the capital world. Do you know what became of him? Word of his treason reached Argonis too late. Kunrad came to the planet and left it almost immediately once he had sown discord in the minds of the gullible and naive. The worst of the rumors he started is that you are the one responsible for Lady Theodora's sudden demise. Of course, your lawyer subjects did the best to skin alive any who showed signs of doubt, but it seems unlikely the wardens got to everyone who has allowed doubt into their hearts and now nurtures it in. You promised me a report on the state of affairs in the Protectorate. I've already forwarded all official reports to your seneschal. As for conversation we're having now, I wouldn't trust any paper or data slate with its contents. You see, Lady Theodora, may the Emperor have mercy on her soul, was perfectly aware of Dargonis' political environment. You, however, have just only arrived on the capital world. I thought it best to bring you up to speed. Frankly, the nobles of Dargonis, much like the nobles on most worlds, are akin to spiders in a jar, ready to pounce on whomever they deem to be the weakest. The nobles of Dargonis are well-respected, rich, powerful individuals who had Lady Theodora's favor for many years, bound to rise above the rest by diligently serving. His head gold's killing me. Every family pursues its own self-interest, and each one expects that with the transition of power, they will retain and even add to their lands and wealth. The families I would recommend giving particularly attention to are the Drivestens, Gapraks, and Sourbacks. You should also mention the Wissarians, not a noble house per se, but a family that was part of Lady Theodora's inner circle, to the Blue Blood's great displeasure. Tell me about the Drivestens. Drivestens are an ancient governor house of Dargonis. Predictably, the greater the wealth of Von Valancia's protectorate, the fuller their coffers grow. Their reputation is flawless except for one detail. We have evidence that Urban Drivesten's rivals seem to have the misfortune of regularly falling victim to Xenos raids. I find these attacks are always a little too advantageous for the drive stems, but we lack any solid proof, and it might never serve us. The closer an official is to a rogue trader, the braver and safer they feel. I would like to remind everyone that rubbing shoulders with Xenos is heresy, can be overlooked only in case of the Von Valancius heir, not his servants. That's because I am good friends with an Eldar. What makes Gaprak so special? They hail from a remote forge world. Among their distant relatives, there are many servants to the Omnissiah, and the house itself, close to the cult Adeptus Mechanicus, both in spirit and their business and connections. The Gaprax oversaw the industrial shipments within your protectorate until recently. Ever since the astropathic communications with Kavia Gamma was severed, they've been quite concerned about the security of the planet placed in their care. Tell me about House Sauerbach. Religious and hardworking, the Sauerbachs own many enterprises, including distillation manufactorums that produce promethium. I must note that lately members of the Sauerbach family have been prone to overly liberal statements about Von Valancia's dynasty. They believe that Lady Theodora is a bit too keen to leave her world without proper oversight. What about the Wissarians? The Wissarians are a line founded by Lady Theodora's seneschal, and as such are nominally considered nobility, at least from the standpoint of the Imperial Navy, which Lord Abelard hails. On Dargonis, however, their position is precarious. Firstly, they were never granted an official title, process which has been impeded for decades by the old house of Dargonis. And secondly, the other families do not see them as equals, but more as upstarts clinging to the rogue traders' favor. The Wissarians are responsible for the capital world's fleet, the majority of the cargo shipments on domestic routes. After hearing all that, I now have the urge to have every one of those sycophants executed at once. You are naturally well within your right, rogue trader, but remember that will cause the multi-layered bureaucratic system of Dargonis, of your entire protectorate, in fact, to come apart at the seams. And it's not even considering the likelihood of attempted reprisals from families and allies. I would hold off on death sentences, act with restraint and wisdom. Present for all to see sufficient proof of unwanted house's guilt. Do not mistake me. Mass executions are one way to solve your problems, but in that case, you should weigh up every possible scenario before you act. Enough about the nobles. Is there anything else you wanted to report? There was, your lordship, and at this time it concerns the main reason for my presence on this planet, Xenos, and the threat they pose both to you and the humanity as a whole. Last few months, we've had difficulty for the people who report to me. My eyes and ears are scattered throughout the Cronus expanse. Warp disturbances, astropaths overcome with madness, ships disappearing in the Imperium. Many of my observers and contacts have gone dark or have been killed by some calamity or other. I still manage to establish communications with some key individuals who are able to warn me about incoming threats, including Xenos raids. It is within my powers to supply you with intelligence on where when the Xenos will strike next. I do not doubt the Governor Drive Stems will beg you for protection against the Xenos, and in this fight, the information from my contacts will serve well. I beseech you, Alexander, if I ever report a threat looming over a ship or a planet, do not dismiss it. Sometimes it takes an intervention from a rogue trader and his mighty void ship to avert disaster. Tell me about the noble houses of our Dargonos. Didn't we just do this? Yeah. Okay. What are your responsibilities here on Dargonos? Officially, I'm a secretary at this world's Administratum department. Less officially, I'm afraid I can't disclose that even to you. In short, I collect and investigate reports on heresy taking root on upstanding planets of humanity. Above all else, I'm concerned about Xenos' threat that hangs over the entire Cronus expanse. Sadly, my mission was complicated by the recent warp disturbances. I'm trying to reestablish contact with my agents. Tell me about the Xenos. The residents of the local system are no strangers to skirmishes with the enemies of humanity, but recently the loathsome beats seem to have completely flown off the handle. We're receiving reports from ships that made it through the warp to Dargonos. Both they and the colonies departed from are being attacked. We've identified the breed of Xenos that pose a threat as the Drukari, humanity's ancient and insidious foe. Be vigilant on your travels. The Xenos will undoubtedly attack road trader ships should they find the circumstances to be in their favor. Unfortunately, in the host of humanity, there are also those who are willing to grovel before our enemies in the hopes of a valuable reward. You may be interested to know that we are on the trail of such heretics. Overwhelming evidence indicates that a marauded void station in Langren's Belt is being used as a base by a band of pirates who are not above dealing with Xenos. I was able to persuade the Chancellor of the need to dispatch a ship there, but perhaps you would like to pay a courtesy call to these scouts. You know anything about the Cult of the Final Dawn? My knowledge is deplorably limited, your lordship. All my attention has been focused on tracking Xenos activity. I'm certain the Master Van Calax can tell you much more about the heretics than I. Your unofficial work. Whom do you truly serve? The rogue trader or the interrogator of the Inquisition? Achilles quickly glances at Heinrichs. And whom does the rogue trader serve? The Golden Throne, the Protectorate? Could it be that one stems from the other? And if so, is there any sense in discussing it? I have them under your control. I'm at liberty to make use of classified information. I figured, but I had to click the button. Hey. Scars on your face. What happened? About 5 years ago, there was an accident. Several tanks of promethium exploded in the storehouse at my estate, and I was buried alive. Emperor preserved my soul, and the skilled physicians of Dargona saved my body, except for my lungs, with which I had to part. I presume the incident was an attempt on my life, but the identity of whoever it was remains a mystery. According to the message I received a few minutes ago, Governor Drivestem has arrived in court, and I imagine the Chancellor is already preparing to arrange the meeting. All that's left is to notify her that you are ready to see him. Outstanding. You do have to check the other side of the room first.
We need to investigate.
And that's why. Your lordship, Clementia bows her head politely. For a chancellor of the Rogue Trader, she is dressed rather simply. A parade doublet, polished boots, and a comfortable cloak. She bears a saber in a gilded scabbard, whether for show or protection, you could not say. Only her ring with the Wassarian coat of arms indicates that she is of the highest social stratum. The governor is waiting on the periphery of the palace. Please let me know when you would like. I hate it when it tells me I failed the test. Like, just don't tell me. Because I'm going to save scum the shit out of it until I pass. Blam, 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 blam. Nobles? Yeah. I'm sure they'll get it eventually. There you go. The sharp gaze, the impeccably straight back, the composure. For a moment, you feel like you're looking at a younger version of Abelard himself, not just his heir. Judging by the scars on the exposed parts of her body, Clementia saw her fair share of combat prior to assuming the position of chancellor. What are your responsibilities? Put it simply, I'm your trade representative. Any and all decrees, deals, official communications, and meetings are first reviewed by me and then forwarded to you and from you down the hierarchy. My purview also includes overseeing your lordship's property, the palace, the estates, the many gardens, and other demences on Dargonis, Jesus Christ. You have inherited from Lady Theodora, and whenever you are present on Dargonis, consider me your personal secretary. What can you tell me about Dargonis? All deals and important decisions are made here within the capital. Many years ago, an ancestor of Lady Theodora signed an agreement with the Adeptus Ministrorum, which allowed for an efficient management of the world and neighboring system. In accordance with the decree, a share of the planet's population was assigned to the Ministratum and converted into servitor scribes. They now toil across the entire world. Dargonis is also the seat of several noble families who run all the major planets in the Protectorate. If I may express my not so humble opinion, they care very little about who stands at the helm. Those piranhas think about their own profits just as much as they do about the prosperity of the Protectorate itself. Lastly, Dargonis has its own fleet, a luxury unavailable to the vast majority of other worlds in your realm. In addition to warships, the Protectorate also employs privateer ships, which are used to transport cargo between worlds. Does the capital stay in contact with other worlds in Protectorate? Unfortunately, not at this time, your lordship. After a few representatives, the Telepathica on Dargonis went into a frenzy. Some of the Psychers were tragically pacified by their respective authorities. Since then, communications from neighboring systems have been unreliable at best. Thanks be to the Master of Mankind that you managed to find your way to the capital. If the noble houses are so volatile, what's sense in keeping them? Over many centuries, an intricate hierarchy is formed within the ruling elite of Dargonis. The great house do more than plunder your treasury. It is replenished to a large degree thanks to their administrative work and their lands. Naturally, you can get rid of any whom you consider surplus to requirements, but right now it could threaten the fragile stability that is currently holding the Protectorate together. Any issues I should be aware of? Apart from disrupted communications, Dargonis was recently raided by enemies of humanity. However, the fleet under the command of Captain Marthas Bosarian. Hey, Seiji! Welcome. Triumphs over the accused Xenos. If you ask for my opinion on this matter, we have the situation completely under control. Always good to see you. Puts a smile on my face. How are you doing today? You catch her avoiding your gaze for just a moment. For the first time, it's obvious that Clementia is looking out for her house's good name, but despite the confidence in her tone, you can tell she does not entirely believe her own words. Tell me about the governor. Urban Drivestem is a well-respected man, and not just on Dargonis, but throughout the Protectorate for many centuries. His house has supported the capital's administration and logistics between Von Valancia's system, the Drivestems, efforts secure your security years of order and prosperity for Dargonis. What's more, Lady Theodora personally insisted that Lord Urban specifically made the next governor. Thank you for your report. Achilles Scalander, does he cause any problems? None at all, your lordship. Secretary Scalander is an outstanding individual with a loyal servant of the Von Valancius dynasty. In Lady Theodora's absence, we collaborated on a number of issues relating to the well-being of your domain, and he has proven himself quite capable. And I don't know why, but even the governor trembles before Achilles, which is unusual for a man of his, shall we say, standing. All right, let's see the governor. To my study. Time passed 2 hours. Alexander von Valancius, 20th of his line. Rogue trader, keeper of the sacred warrant, ruler of the Coronis expanse from the Crunch system to the 100 Dreams crossroad. I bid you welcome. Urban Drivestem, governor of the great world, first and foremost, please accept my deepest condolences. It will be difficult to recover from the loss of a woman as great as Theodora von Valancius. It pains me to think that she is no longer with us. The denizens of Dargonis and the entire Protectorate grieve alongside you. Please allow us to declare half a year of mourning so that we can honor the memory of our beloved. Theodore deserved more than that. You will declare a full year of mourning. I will immediately give all necessary instructions to your lordship. Esteemed Alexander, Lady Theodora was a strong leader, and we ought to follow her example. Let us lean on her wisdom and preserve in spite of this tragedy together, and let us carry on where she no longer can by leading the Von Valancius Protectorate into even greater prosperity. Good. It's nice to see you too. I hope you're having a good day. I am trying to get some Rogue Trader in before the dog and I go out on some adventures today. This game's been addicting. I've been trying to slip a few hours in here and there. Drivestem gives you a look of admiration. It seems that he is quite aware of your fame, and this opportunity to curry your favor with such an eminent figure is one he does not wish to miss. Alas, it won't be an easy task to accomplish. Some time ago, the Asperpass on Dargonis flew into a rage, and they had to be subdued. We are gradually restoring our ability to speak with. But the contacts are still weak and the routes are tangled and no longer lead to the systems that the captains expect them to. Given the vast majority of ships in the Dargonis Navy travel without relying on the service of navigators, without your engagement, the well-being of the Von Valancius dynasty and billions of its subjects are presently at risk. Yes, 8-hour stream yesterday. Yeah, but it's only going to be like 2.5, 3 hours today. Kunrad Voidfear, Master of Whisters, is a heretic and a traitor, as he's shown his face on Dargonis. Lord Voidveer visited the capital some time ago. He did not request a personal meeting. A heretic, you say. Now I see where all the whispering in the corridors comes from. I shall be frank with you, your lordship. Lady Theodora's sudden death was a blow to every one of us, and the absence of any sort of verifiable and complete information about her successor gives grounds for all manners of rumors and misinterpretations, especially if someone as deliberately inciting unrest and discontent. Naturally, none would dare to challenge you by accusing you of something as sacrilegious as murdering a rogue trader. However, Void Vera was a true boon to the Protectorate back in the day, and as such, some might heed his words. Publicly rip out the vocal cords and tongues of every slanderer and replace them with vox implants to sing the praises of rogue trader Alexander von Valancius without interruption. Probably not that one. My subject's doubts are understandable. Too many things have changed in a short span. I will prove myself worthy of the position. Or subjects all have dared to make heretical remarks about the rogue trader to servitude in perpetuitus. Machines aren't prone to disobedience. My subject's doubts are understandable. Why, Alexander, your desire is most commendable, but please do not forget a ruler should never bow to their attendants, or some might see it as a sign of weakness. What exactly do the Diagonus nobility expect from me in the light of the loss of the routes of communication in other worlds? We are all troubled by the fate of the agri world. Janus has supplied Dargonus with the other planets with foodstuff. Empty stomachs can drive even the mildest rabble to revolt. Furthermore, House Gaparak is perturbed by the loss of communications with the industrial world, Kavya Gamma, which is in their charge. But I wish to know my opinion. The world that deserves your attention the most is the penal world. Vibos 6, one of the key mining suppliers in your protectorate. Such an intriguing concern about Vibos outpost. Doesn't your house happen to own the extraction station? Your lordship, I beg of you, do not interpret my words and attempt to influence your decisions in any way. You see, without Vibos, the manufacturers on your world will need to make haste to find new suppliers. My only concern is prosperity of the dynasty. I've already visited the agri world. Janice, Governor Viat, found herself facing a number of problems in my absence. Truly, the Viat line is one of the oldest in the protectorate. The inheritor of such well-respected blood could not handle whatever had befallen her. Then the situation must have been extraordinary indeed. Vicenza Viat is no longer in charge of the world. She is dead. I have delivered Janice into more capable hands. Do we just set precedents that, like, I will remove leaders from position if I don't fucking agree with him? She was a heretic and worshiping a chaos god. But we don't have to tell him that. We'd just be like, she wasn't working out and I have replaced her. And say this to the governor, whom we can just execute at will. And just casually, nonchalantly, quote unquote, threaten the governor and be like, it wasn't working out, so I killed her and replaced her. Don't fuck it up. Never you mind about that, governor. No. Vistenza succumbed to worshipping the ruinous powers and was executed. Two or three. Good point there, John Jackson. Number 2 it is. Vastenza succumbed to worshipping the ruinous powers and was executed. Drivestem pales in terror. It is clear that the unseemly grimace on the aristocratic countenance that his fear is not feigned. Ruinous powers, truly horrible news. I commend your resolve and unwearying severity. Death to the enemies of humanity. What else? Your lordship, I don't rightly know where to begin. Otherworldly beasts are not an uncommon sight in Chronix Expanse. They have been a menace to the worlds to the side of them all for decades, but for now, those abominations are on the rampage. They show no signs of fear as they attack ships, damaging them to the point where they become unfit for transport duty or outright gutting them. Only you have the power to stop this madness. We are in the process of restoring the astropathic choir of Dargonus. Luckily, we are forced to slay only some of the deranged psychers, although those that remain are yet unable to transmit messages. I hope Master Scalander will keep his word and offer you his report against the war in support of the war on Xenos. According to his reports, the region of Vibos 6 has been of particular concern in the last cycles, which is all the more reason to discover the colony's fate as soon as possible. Now, on a smaller scale issue, there's a certain degree of tension in the capital due to unorthodox succession to the Sacred Warren. Chances of uprising are minimal, of course, and the spreading of rumors is nothing but a sign of weakness in the mind and spirit. Nonetheless, I have prepared a list of minor houses that have demonstrated unseemly discomposure at your succession. What is to be done about them? Eliminate the most prominent malcontents quietly, but do not threaten their entire families. Hopefully, these steps will be enough to keep the rest from causing any. Once your lordship's wrath descends upon the guilty, I have no doubt there won't be a soul on Dargonus willing to share their fate. One last thing, your lordship, your inauguration as bearer of the Sacred Warrant is but a matter of time. I would like to inquire about one crucial detail. Imagine you are intending to uphold centuries-old tradition, bolstered by an equally long-lasting friendship, but of being represented on Dargonus by one of the noble houses. I presume that, as before, this duty will be accorded to House Drivestem. I could just give it to the Versarians. That's probably a terrible idea, considering in a conversation with Cassia yesterday, we said to change things slowly so nobody freaks the fuck out. There's no need to alter any traditions. The dynasty will be represented by House Drivestem. I never doubted your lordship's decision. I can tell that the future holds a fruitful partnership for us and the prosperity of all for all of Dargonus. I shall immediately relay all your orders, most gracious rogue trader. May the gold of the throne illuminate your path. Tell me about yourself and House Drivestem. It will be my pleasure to enlighten you. My house is the oldest, most respected on Dargonus. My ancestors walked side by side with yours for many generations, and they cared for the world's welfare. Our duty is to supervise the governing bodies within the system, subservient to you, and we're responsible for protecting its logistics and economic stability. As for me personally, I'm a humble servant of the Emperor and loyal subject to the rogue trader. To my great pleasure, I had the honor of calling myself Lady Theodora's close friend. At Urban's last word, Abelard lets out a sound that could be interpreted as either a snort or a cough. Urban gives him a look, which Abelard meets with an expression of utter nonchalance. I would like to complete my inauguration as rogue trader as soon as possible. When is the ceremony? I'm afraid that until you deal with pressing issues, the ceremony will have to be postponed. Many trade routes are still unavailable. The central worlds of the Von Valancia's protectorate are going through a crisis, and the warp disturbances, if void observers are to be believed, will prevent important guests from reaching the capital. That'll be all, I take it. Thank you for your time, your lordship. Since duty calls, I shall take my leave. May the Emperor grace be with you. Next time, show up on fucking time, or I'll have you turned into a fucking servitor, and you'll bring me wine. Oh yeah, we never went through the store when we were in here. Oh, that's fucking cool. Sweet. F5. Blades in the Void. Forge a path to Vibo 6. Cavia Gamma. Okay. We'll do this next. Cavia Gamma. Okay. Any new rumors? No. Okay. Glory to the Rogue Trader. To the ship. Terrible news from Dargona's captain. The subsidiary hive has been destroyed in a series of cascading failures. Production has halted. Millions of people have broken their vows of obedience and are fleeing. Many of them are perishing in the wasteland and overloading the transport, leading to neighboring hives. Surrounding residential sectors have become increasingly agitated by the influx of refugees. What is your directive regarding the distribution of these refugees? What caused the catastrophe? It's still unclear. The noble houses are throwing the blame at one another. Agents of the venerable Scalander stationed on Siphon 4249 have died heroically while trying to save the population from disaster. Latest reports mention vulnerabilities in the industrial sectors of the lower hive. Do not go into further detail. All of your servants are currently busy investigating the cause of the crisis. What say my advisors? Death of Achilles' agents trouble me. It may not be a coincidence. Until the causes of the disaster can be concretely established, I would avoid letting refugees into other hives. There may be saboteurs among them. I recommend setting up prohibitive cordons where the refugees can be contained in the wasteland between the hives. They would die. The Emperor bids us to face off in cruel stroke of fate with dignity. If the other hives do not wish to, gotta go back to work. Have a good stream. Catch up later. All right, Seiji, I'll see you later. I'm sure that the ecclesiarchy will aid the refugees in constructing camps to survive out in the wasteland and establish a community of proud desert-dwelling martyrs. Such harsh conditions will be crucial to fortitude and fearlessness. This tragedy, a feat of spirit. The noble house are trying to wash their hands of this. How predictable, and yet it is their duty to see to it the planet meets the obligation and brings glory to the revenue to the treasury in your absence. Let the aristocrats take care of the refugees and make sure they don't stop until every last refugee has some task to fulfill. What is that? Decrease enemy critical damage by 15%. Normally the other options are here. We're going to go with Argentus. We're going to increase efficiency and get the Wastelander's Prayer. Minus 15% critical damage. He who dares to remain deaf to the pleas of the destitute shall be branded a traitor to the faith. Large labor settlements were set up around the ruins of Sisyphane, Scipione, to where the refugees from the wasteland and the neighboring hives have been rounded up, and the harsh wasteland scorched with industrial poison, with only a bare modicum of food and clean water. The settlement residents begin the arduous, dangerous task of rebuilding their fallen home. Many of the ecclesiarchy priests sought to share this burden with the poor souls coming to their village and preaching to them about the righteousness of hard work. Some pastors have even chosen to stay in the camps permanently, where the desert cults of the Ascionte martyrs have begun to gather around them, glorifying the Lord Captain for granting them the right to suffer for the glory of the God Emperor. Nice. +5 bonus to all skills. 2 profit factor, 2 complacency. Okay. Oh, it gives me an escort ship for space combat. +5 critical chance against pirates. 4 people. +20 scrap. Oh, Imperial Navy. That's why we want that. +1 security for all colonies. Very nice. Grenades. Boots of Victory. Whenever the wearer performs a heroic act, they recover all their wounds and gain +2 AP this turn. Yeah. Adeptus Arbites. Shield of the Emperor. Yeah, we're doing that one, so. We're doing that one next. Nice. We can't do it yet. We need 3 plasteel. Son of a bitch. We have 2 plasteel. So those 2 has 5. Okay. Save it. Now we go to the Administratum. Does it say how long this is going to take? There's no... Yeah, there's no countdown. . Vague time. Yeah. Ooh, the administratum?
It's about time.
Jay, you have like shit fucking Abelard, man. Goddamn beast. Yeah, you're just gonna dual wield pistols. I'm gonna swap these. Because you can't fire with both anyway, I don't think. No, wrong person. Nice, nice, nice. Gunslinger. Oh, she can. Oh, nice. That's cool. She does have dual weapon combat. Okay. I was joking then. Okay.
None shall stand in my way.
Greeting protocol. Welcome to the Palace of the Adeptus Administratum. Identifying your lordship. Please follow me. Checking coordinates. Continue this direction to reach your destination. Your visit has been logged.
Victory awaits.
Another noble, bypassing the queue under the pretext of just wanting to talk. All you highborn ever want is just to ask. What about protocol? What am I asking? Who's going to follow protocol? What? So I paid off a few clerks to let us skip the queue, Cherie. Your time is more important than any little formalities. Very well, don't just stand there. You're here now, or do you think the Master of Seals has nothing better to do than to receive unexpected visitors? Begin entry. Current hour, current time, current turn, current cycle. 41st millennium. Don't you know who I am? Alexander von Valancius, sole heir of rogue trader Theodora von Valancius, may the throne's radiance guide her path to the other side, the sole person to publicly assert their claim to be precise. Abelard Rosarian, seneschal, the right hand of the now departed Theodora von Valancius, and now her now extant heir. Lady Navigator of House Arcelio, whose name and deeds are unknown to me. She points a finger at the old ledger. It says here that the Von Valancius dynasty has owed your house 1 gold throne for 30 cycles. Here, take this, and I, at last, will mark the matter closed. Cassia stares in puzzlement at the gleaming coin in her hand. House Orcelio, thanks you for your service, Master of Seals. Of course, I know who is standing before me. It is my job to know. Does that mean that my reputation has preceded me as well, esteemed Damar? No, I have received no reports about you. What is this place? You're in the very heart of the palace of the Adeptus Administratum, day and night. Hundreds of thousands of prefects, ordinates, scribes, servants, and servitors carry out their duties to humanity in the Von Valancius dynasty here, never setting foot outside its boundaries for decades at a time, but knowledge comes through comparison. There are entire worlds belonging to the Administratum, so this place is but a humble cog in the blessed machine of the Imperium. Tell me about yourself. I am the law. I oversee order in the section of the Cronus Expanse as well as on worlds in the Von Valancius Protectorate. In accordance with ancient covenants made with your ancestors, I hold the power to grant petitioners what they seek and punish criminals for failing to carry out the Imperium's will. She's ancient enough herself. Look at her. She's a bona fide living mummy. Tell me about the work of the Administratum. One would think the Protectorate's heir had no care for his tongue if he is so willing to wag it at the point of blistering. However, I, despite servant of the Imperium that I am, do not possess the gift of unallocated time. Let us proceed with the matter of your application. My companion wishes to attain a Mercatum Tabula Officiale. Peers over her ocular lenses at Jay in disbelief. Then she looks at you. I take it you are a sponsor. In that case, you must submit a written application in conformity with template 404.01, as well as written permission for the proceeding and notarization of the personal data of your most sacred personage. Without it, I cannot issue Mistress Hidari. Mistress Hidari, the form collecting the seals to require obtaining Mercatum Tabulae Officiale, the certificate and official trade representative. Seals. What seals? We will discuss that when Alexander von Valancius has prepared the primary documentation. Abelard lets out a stoic sigh and rolls his eyes. You get the feeling that this is not his first impersonal interaction with the administrative bureaucracy. Or complete the form. The perfectly sharpened quill scratches pleasantly on the parchment, but for the first few minutes, the fuscatory phrasing, footnotes, amendments, you are forced to write out the same details over and over about you, the protector, Theodora von Valancius J, and then also every living person who bears your family name. If you do not know all the required information, you must complete supplementary forms. Next is a consent form for the processing and notarization of the personal data of your most sacred personage. Sigh forlornly. Master of Seals animatedly draws her cognate quill across the surface of a data slate, paying you no attention. Give your written consent on the presented form. The scroll is whipped away into another tube by the Master of Seals. Protocol executed, application received, processed, and approved. The Servo Skull scribe taps out each word after its mistress's pronouncement. Come on, esteemed Damar, what is it you were saying about seals? Holds out a printed scroll to Jay. Here is your document, Mistress Hadari. Unfortunately, it does not yet have legal force. I cannot certify it as a sacred Mercatum Tabula Official once it has received 2 seals of approval. They are easy to obtain in the Imperium Court Administratum. Servitors have been handling such tasks for over 150 cycles. There is one such servitor here on Dargonus in the Rogue Trader's Palace. The second is duty bound to keep the seals on in the Telecos Epsilon system. Finally, administrative servitors have in place 2 seals of approval. The goal is clear. Please return once you've prepared the documents. Okay, okay. You know, oh, Jay's an officer. If she wasn't an officer, I'd probably take her on the crew a bit. But there's kind of no point because we have 2 officers already. And we have to go get some plasteel because I spent it. Yeah, we'll take you with us. It's fine. But I do kind of want to see her dual wielding pistols around because I think it would be awesome. Indeed. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Think it's here. Mr. Shadari, my patience not easily exhausted, but you are coming very close. I shall repeat myself again. No, I will not be issuing you any seals, not in exchange for your honest word, nor for a bribe. Welcome back. I wonder why YouTube chat is 3 minutes ahead of my computer. Just date and time. Sync clock. There we go. I can see a family resemblance with Abelard now. You cannot see it farther than your own nose, my dear Clementia. It wasn't a bribe, it was a gift. Now about that seal. Just stamp her fucking document so I can be done with her. Your lordship, I apologize for this ugly scene, but I might ask you reign in Mistress Hidari and put a stop to her inflammatory accusations towards me. As the Exalted One is my witness, Shireen, I have tried everything I could to spare you the unnecessary headache over the seals. Have even showed this aid with a temper worse than a sandstorm the certificate with your signature, but your chancellor merely kept batting me away with her flail of baseless denials. I suspect that the reason for this is nothing to do with my humble personage. No, this isn't about me at all. I see. Well, Chancellor, will you tell us yourself, or should I help you? Whatever is the matter, Mistress Versarian. I'm afraid that my words may anger you, your lordship. The seal that you were looking for was lost over a quarter century ago. Her ladyship, the von Valancius, ordered a new one to be delivered from the Imperium, but as you well know, we're a long way from Holy Terra, and the warp storms are ravaging the Coronis expanse. We have been unable to receive a replacement. I presume the one responsible was punished promptly and harshly. Rest assured, Thea von Valencia is ordered to have the malefactor dealt with accordingly. Servitude in perpetuitis, your lordship. We now perform his duties to the Imperium without reservation or error. However, one of the world's other Caligos Winter Scales rule light Dargonis was granted the honor of keeping the sacred sigil of the Administratum. The archive of the House von Valancius mentioned 3 systems that are presently under the control of House Winterscale. Those would be Forgotten Twins, Langray Belt, and the Nameless Star. I am confident the Administratum's place is located on one of the planets there. There's something I must discuss with the Chancellor in private. Not yet. Okay. Why do you now have a purple thingy under you? Okay, whatever. Back to the ship. Where are we getting this from? Last deal. It doesn't tell me where. I'm going to have to create a fucking Excel sheet. I'm going to have to create an Excel sheet. So I know where I got stuff from. Do 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 do. Uh Chemicals, mechanisms, weapons. Okay. That's why we're not doing these contracts. Do Promethium 5, but we're going to need that. Okay. So we save. We need to go to Forge Path Weebos. We need to go back down here. Alicos Epsilon, I'm pretty sure I'm... We got 3 plasteel. Soto's Tomb apparently has 5. We're gonna get this plasteel here. Find my cheat sheet. Just trying to type. You have 3. Three's not great, but it's what we need now, so we'll take it. Colony management, and then we go to St. Jerusalem. So, good tidings. We need adamantine for good tidings. All right, so we have to finish that one, but we have the plasteel for this one now and the promethium. So we can set this one up immediately after. Dark Sages, we need mechanisms. Which I don't even know where to get. Okay, whatever. We don't have much time left.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Lordship, subjects of Janus welcome you. What cares have you brought to our humble world on this occasion? How are things on Janus? Besides the Xenos have settled in the forest and periodically frighten the people, everything is calm, your lordship. We managed to come to an understanding of sort, although not without concessions on our part, in particular regard to the placement of our new agri complexes. Appreciate the local species. Yes, the flora of Janus can take your breath away, while the fauna can inadvertently kill you. I need a seal. Of course, it would be an honor. But wait a minute, your lordship and your humble servant will have your seal ready. Some assume we'll be dealing with servitors. Someplace in your remaining still have work being performed by people of flesh and blood. I beg your pardon. What is this about servitors? I have faithfully performed my sacred duties of the Imperium Administratum all my life, and guarding the seals is part of that. After half a century, not a single seal damaged. I keep them in a special case, and I oil the handles every month, as the rules stipulate. And merely repeating the words of the Master of Seals on Dargonus, servitors have replaced the entire category of lowly bureaucrats assigned to the Von Valancius planets. Around 10 years ago now? But after 70 years of service, not a single directive, not from Holy Terra or from Dargonus, a complete breakdown in communication. What a farce. What an insult in all the processes. But this is easily remedied. If the Administratum requires such a servant, then I'll immediately begin preparations for servitorization. The will of Lex Imperialis is supreme. No, you fucking won't. There's no need for that. Yes, any servitor can place a seal, but it can do so while granting me a sincere smile or impressing me with its impeccable fitness and attention to detail? I think not. You can serve humanity while remaining as you are. Could a servitor replace a true administrative officer who is passionate about his work? Of course, you are right. I will continue to serve Janus and the Von Valancier Protectorate as before. Today, I will dispatch a request for copies of the edicts issued by the Imperium over the last 50 years. Who knows what else we've missed here? This is wonderful, Attilas. Just wonderful. Don't go poking at your eyes with a long needle, at least until you receive a directive to do so from Precious Administratum. Here you are. Hey.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Assistance for Culio. Omicron? And then to here? During a warp journey, the augurs discovered a strange object. They've been following the road trader's void ship for several hours. Judging by the distorted telemetry, a strange safe vessel of Xenos origin. The unidentified pursuer tried to approach the void ship several times, allowing the augurs to observe shimmery energy sails on for fuck. Avorius. Provisions and adamantine. We need adamantine for something, don't we? There's not a lot of spots for adamantine. I think we're going to take this. Yeah, let's do this. think I already have one here. Yes. Provisions 5. Okay. Lord Captain, urge report. We received telepathic messages from Orcelia. The navigators confirmed about the fate of Cassia, who disappeared from Arak 5. The region is requesting an update on her current status and also inquired about the possible of a personal meeting to negotiate and arrange the return. Psycho-emotional coding on the message received betrays acute concern, but it also contains something that the Astropath failed to have put into words. You'll excuse my forthrightness. I feel it's necessary to tell Orcelio the truth. However, a conflict with the Navis Nobilite is possible, which, given the current state of the Coronis expanse, will only pay at the hands of the enemies of Imperial. How did they learn this? Don't know. Be honored to meet in person. Sure. Okay. Plus 15 bonus to commerce. And some trophies. Let's go try to fight some pirates, I guess.
I stand ready to serve you and the Imperium, Lord Captain.
This one's going down. Macro cannons, volley! Set the course. Fire right now!
Close. I don't have my shield thing.
Lay in the course. Fire the lance batteries! Bleed them! Leave their hull strewn across the stars!
I am amazed that we prevailed.
Wing rod. Reinforce shields and wave. Okay. Imperium cartographers and chroniclers know this place well. Long ago, the planet was a prosperous outpost capable of eclipsing even footfall. Used to be a cyclopean tomb on this orbit. The final resting place of Cornelius Soto, one of the discoverers of the Kronos expanse. The tomb is named entire system. About 400 years ago, an unknown cosmic body rammed into the station, causing a collapse into the planet. Not only did the catastrophe kill the settlers, it also made the world uninhabitable for centuries. A crater formed by the station's impact can be discovered from orbit. Soto's tomb became a sepulcher for the entire planet. Sort of place is neither life nor loot, but knowing the nasty tricks life can pull is a treasure of its own right. All right, we are in Soto's tomb. Which has 5 plasteel, which we have picked up. Promethium and plasteel. That'll give us our escort ship. That gave us profit factor. Yeah. Okay. Go back to Avorius. Save it first. Middle of warp jumps our sensors detect an approaching void ship similar to ours in size, but of greater tonnage. The unidentified vessel did not respond to our hails. Unplanned maneuver was completed without any casualties or damage. The unidentified vessel, perhaps it was a war mirage, passed us by and made no attempts to follow. Okay. We're gonna go to Omicron. Halfway there. Ruins of an Imperial city were discovered in a dead world completely deprived of an ecosystem. According to the reports, the entire settlement contained a titanic glass dome that once held an artificial atmosphere. Your augurs detected the framework of 3 similar structures that were never completed. For whatever reason, the dome system failed and left behind its city. A ghost had never managed to become... Send out the crew to explore the city's temple district. Blessed bolter casing. And holy gifts. Explore the palace. We got a ghost sword. Order the scouts to gather as many supplies as possible. Drain the remaining fuel. Leave the city. What is this bolter casing? Single attacks with bolter weapons automatically hit the target? And something about a sword. Ghost sword. Oh, it's a power weapon. Oh, an Eldari weapon. Why is that an Eldari weapon? Don't know. Do you have a slot? Oh, I have to take that off to give you that. Single attacks with bolter weapons automatically hit. Revel and slaughter increasing your perception as well. Yeah, ballistic skill, perception, crit damage, and crit chance. Because that's it's cute. It's kind of awesome as shit. Let me put this in here. Omicron. You have plasteel of 2. Do you have anything? No. Magnetic storm. Magnetic storm rages above the planet, blurs the gaze of augur arrays. Only truly powerful diviner machines may see through the current magnetic fluctuations, and their blessed vigil in discovering mysteries. Rogue traders decided to leave this unwelcoming world. Maybe he will return one day. Close. Systems Pecchio. The warp jump passed without incident for everyone except the crew members on bridge duty. For the duration of the voyage, they heard the laughter. It seemed to come from outside, though the airtight seal of the ship's massive windows, the laughter went on and on. 1 second. Let me jot this down. System Speculo. You have Xenotech of 2. Save it. Augur anomaly.
Searching, I am not satisfied with your performance for the mate. Although some of your prayers are unfamiliar to me.
I did it.
Because of fear that dogs you.
None shall stand in my way.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Victory awaits!
As it should be.
The barely noticeable words and shaky handwriting touch the darkness, and the darkness will accept you. That's it's not okay.
Operation successful.
Follow my lead!
Hey, what's that?
Field diary. It's several months since we arrived here, and yet we're no closer to understanding the local phenomenon. All we were able to learn quite literally lies on the surface. The object does not reflect sound or light. On the contrary, after extensive excavation, we did ascertain at least that the object is vast and goes deep below the planet's surface. However, any attempts to measure it resulted in the loss of machinery or staff. Archaeological studies have turned out to be more productive. Their findings have revealed an amalgamation of architectural styles of various cultures, including those of Xenos origin. According to the boldest theories, the earliest of these structures date from the beginning of the 13th millennium, and all of them are without a doubt of a religious nature. Analysis of bas relief and remaining epigraphic texts show that the cult was formed around the object for many centuries. Subsequently, humans worship the object in exchange for certain boons, undoubtedly imagined by primitive or corrupted minds. Interesting. Let's go touch the darkness. What do you think? Darkness world beneath your feet. Examine the pit. The bright daylight cannot pierce the darkness lying over the slopes. The longer you look at its depth, the stronger it feels growing in the darkness. It's just an absence of light. It's something immeasurably vast, endless, capable of reaching farthest. Creepy. Grox knows what's beyond my remit. Step back. We're gonna go check out over here.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Suspected something.
Where the staff gains a vision of death ability. Ability is able to use 15 willpower, 10 perception. Actually, that's pretty fucking good. That's 10 willpower. This is 15 willpower, 15 perception. This is 15 willpower, 15 perception. I like the lightning though. 4 to 8, 4 to 8, 4 to 8. They're all the same, basically.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
All right, let's go touch the danger pit. The edge of your consciousness, you sense something slimy and intangible, allowing your invitation for contact. It seeps through your thoughts, tasting your emotions, and surprising curiosity envelops you. But these feelings are not your own. Submit to the will. What are you? You're hit by a sudden wave of all-consuming silence. A moment later, the world around you disappears, leaving only black, viscous, boundless darkness. The absolute of it's not overwhelming, and you sink slowly in the void, sucking you in. You're looking at a tiny person peeking over the edge of a bottomless darkness. You're looking at yourself. Then you blink and see the same place, except the camp around you is full of life. Scholars are zipping back and forth between field structures, switching on unfamiliar machines in an attempt to know the unknown. A moment later, they are all nude, singing and dancing around the pit. The smell of heated bodies, blood, and sweat assault your nostrils, drowning your thoughts. One by one, the lunatics fall into the embrace of nothingness. You make out toad-like Xenos building a temple around the pit. They are praying, conducting rites, making sacrifices to the darkness in hopes of unimaginable gifts, and darkness shrouds everything once more, or rather, you are the darkness, something immeasurably vast, endless, capable of reaching into the furthest stars and swallowing the galaxy. Someone pulls you out of the cozy embrace of the void towards the light, and you snap out of the vision. What do you want from me? You find yourself on the floor of an abandoned estate. You feel something disgusting presence behind you. Raspy, foul breath tickles your nostrils. A drop of water trickles down from the stone ceiling and shatters the silence with a deafening splash. The heavy door before you is open. You could try to escape. It's now or never. Fight it! You turn around, intent on killing the thing with your bare hands, but then exclaim in hesitation. You recognize a disfigured monster that is staring at you balefully from the darkness. You let out a heavy sigh, and a cloud of hot, fetid vapor settles on the smooth surface of the mirror. You sit at the apex of a massive onyx pyramid. Your abilities are limitless. A single thought, you can raise mountains or drain an ocean or disperse clouds, but nobody cares anymore. Soon your brothers and sisters will sacrifice you so they can share your power among themselves, guide civilization to prosperity. Proceed with the ceremony. Solemnly, you are placed on a cold black slab covered in glowing scripts. You close your eyes and pray as your brothers and sisters rip your 7 hearts out of your chest. By the end of the ceremony, they're gnawing on every last bone of your body, shedding a tear of sorrow. Join your ancestors with the black monoliths. For many centuries thereafter, you watched above your civilization blossoms. You're lying on the burning sand, struggling to open your eyes, but your eyelids feel too heavy. You can barely move your arms and legs, and your stomach hurts. Your throat is bone dry. Several of your kin, all emaciated, scattered around you. The hunger is so strong. Something metallic clinks into you, driving you mad. You let out a bestial howl. Something metallic clinks in your right hand. It's a knife. That's it. You can survive. You must survive. All you need to do is decide whom to sacrifice. Cut a piece off yourself. You bite down on your belt and cut off a piece of your own flesh. The pain is so terrible that your vision darkens, unable to bear out a frenzied groan. You shove a slim, slimy scrap in your mouth and swallow it. You can sense the darkness triumph. It has been following your throat with the great thoughts with the greatest interest, rummaging in your memories, summoning your emotions, saving your resolve and rage. Its bottomless gut rumbles with satisfaction at last and grateful to let you go, and presents a parting reward. Yeah, but I don't know what it was. It's one. That was two.
Something of interest.
Ah, there we go.
I've read about this.
Okay.
New challenge for me? I tire of idleness. Let's move.
Treasure Hand of the Darkness. Submit. What are you? What do you want from me? Talk it out. Gather thoughts, strike up a conversation with the unseen. Pervert the ritual to stop the insane civilization for all time. All men return from the service. The ship's all groups initiate scanning program and shuttle crews commence preemptive preparations. Find my missing crew member. Several hours of search. Senior officer is brought aboard, barely conscious. Her exhausted mind has no recollection of the end of the day's events, but healers have noted that some of her bodily functions somehow underwent an almost imperceptible transformation. Trained in the darkness. Submit. Who are you? What do you want from me? Talk it out. Continue. Bert, continue. Sacrifice the darkness. Yeah, there's no difference. Okay. Campaign of the Abyss. Okay. Wastelander's Prayers. Mobility is perfection. Celestial Inspiration. Interesting. Load game. See what we got on this one. Do whatever it takes to find. End dialogue. See. Cassia. Features. Champion of the Darkness. +5 to willpower grants the ability to improve their lore Xenos. Okay. We'll take that. We'll take that. We'll take that. Okay. F5. Lord Captain, receive a report. Dargonis, some of the folks in the now ruins who have succumbed to the heresy of defiance, forming in the engine they now rid among the wasteland. Many of them do not want to obey more than equitable decision to send them to the restoration site, and thus they have fled their labor settlements. Leader of the engine vandals. What is a Brigadier clan? Union of Workers and Technomats. Will they survive the wasteland? What do my advisors say? -1 profit factor. What is the Wasteland Twister? $10 to $25. 35 armor pen. That's probably better than Thing. Engine component with Dargonis fleet frigates. Out of the way. Torpedo tubes capable of firing 5 short-burning plasma torpedoes. Hmm. Load game. Sorry. Yeah, that's higher than that. Go to the bridge. 5 short-burning plasma torpedoes and 9 damage. Torpedo tubes capable of firing 5 plasma torpedoes with 19 damage, and I can already buy that. Lance weapon, macro battery. Why is a plasma battery? The fact that we can't buy 2 of those is fucking annoying. $80. 5 plasma torpedoes with 19 damage. Okay. Continue, continue. What is clan? How do they do it? Continue, continue, continue. Wasteland generator. Yeah, don't care. That one. Argonis, Shield of the Emperor. Genetic Mercy. Janice needs Dark Sages, which we need Mechanism for. And Foulstone needs Good Tidings, which we can do. We need 3 adamantium. Adamantine. Couldn't do those anyway. Doctrine of Rationality. Efficiency. Three adamantine. Okay. Oh, Abelard, I have a new fucking sword for you. 10 to 25 damage. Okay. Okay. Actually. Go back to the bridge. Just double check we can't. Then I really need to go. Ship. Starboard is 2 shots. Port is 3. Yeah, why does it say 104 in the back? That's supposed to be the front. I don't know. Attack the pirates. As soon as you see escort ships charged at a battle at once, while the captain section powers up what's worse. Unless the rogue trader interrupts preparation for the drunk, the cargo ship will forever banished beyond the veil of the Immaterium, along with the riches it's carrying.
Enemy contact! All hands, make ready to unleash our fury!
Okay, we need to drop this one quickly.
Torpedoes! Locked! Fire the lance batteries! Fire! Right now! Macro cannons, volley!
It's a lot. Yeah, it just does stuff.
The time has come.
Wait, what? I thought they were supposed to. Detonate if they hit a target.
Bleed them. Another salvo! Macro cannons, volley! Annihilate them!
The fuck? It doesn't make any sense.
Fire the lance batteries.
I thought they were supposed to detonate as soon as they got to...
Leave their hull strewn across the stars! Onward!
Yeah, I don't understand. Whatever.
Unleash our vengeful salvo! This one's going down! Macro cannons, volley! Another salvo! Macro cannons, volley!
None will lament their demise.
Go. Now I get it.
Kind of.
Leave their hull strewn across the stars! Macro cannons, volley! Set the course. Onward! Annihilate them!
That's not good. Oh, having this guy? Killer.
Fire the lance batteries! Bleed them! All clear. Congratulations, Lord Captain.
Save that there. We'll do that later. Time to go start killing shit. We didn't visit everything here? We sure didn't. Stop on a tile the enemy occupies. Yeah. Adamantine 2. What system are we in? Systems. 2. Yeah, the fact that the reward doesn't change if you catch it is fucking bullshit. All right, I gotta go because I gotta take Abby out. So, go to the park and play for a bit before I drop her off at the orders for work. So, jump back up here. Do some of the Uncharted systems. We're not going to do any orange jumps, but we'll hit the yellows. And we may turn this one yellow so we can get up here. May change this one to yellow so we can get into this group, or from here, one of them. This map is fucking huge. I like how it's a chart map, like on the table. All right. Alrighty, that's it for today. We'll catch you all next time, which will be in a couple of days because I work tomorrow. All right, man. Later.